Alert. Energy spike in Sector 7. Stabilize the core. Prepare for warp.
Structural breach in Sector 7. Rerouting auxiliary power. Initializers online. Monitor for cascade failure.
The stars above the Orion Drift were cold and silent. A damaged alien research vessel floated helplessly in the darkness, its engines dead, its communications barely functioning. The ship, Zarathus, belonged to the Varelian Union, a species known for their advanced science but fragile bodies. Inside the control chamber, Commander Talron stared at the flickering console. Life support at 60%, the ship AI announced calmly. Emergency power reserves. 12 hours remaining. Talron lowered his head. They had sent distress signals across 3 star systems. No response. The nearest Varelian colony was 4 days away, and the ship's engines were destroyed in a meteor storm. His crew waited silently. They all knew the truth. No one was coming. The distress call. Hours passed. The stars outside seemed to mock their helplessness. Then suddenly, beep. The communication console flickered to life. Talron's eyes widened. Signal received, the AI said. A rough voice came through the speaker. Unknown vessel. This is human salvage engineer Marcus Hale. I picked up your distress beacon. The entire bridge froze. Humans? Talron had heard the rumors. A primitive species from the outer spiral arm. Reckless. Improvisational. Known for building machines that shouldn't work, yet somehow did. Talron spoke carefully. This is Commander Talron of the Varelian research vessel Zarathus. Our engines are destroyed. We require immediate assistance. There was a pause. Then Marcus chuckled. Well, looks like you're in luck. The human arrival. 2 hours later, a small, ugly ship dropped out of warp beside the massive alien vessel. It looked nothing like a Varelian craft. Panels mismatched, hull scratched, external tools welded onto the sides. Talron blinked. That is their rescue vessel? A crew member whispered nervously. Commander, it looks broken. The human ship docked with a loud clang. Moments later, the airlock opened. A tall human stepped inside wearing a heavy engineering suit covered in grease stains. He removed his helmet and smiled. Name's Marcus. The Varelians stared. Humans were larger than expected. Broader, stronger. Marcus looked around at the advanced alien machinery and whistled. Wow, fancy tech you got here. Talron stepped forward. Our main reactor is stable, but the propulsion system was destroyed by micrometeors. Marcus nodded. All right, show me. The impossible repair. When Marcus saw the engine room, he stopped. The propulsion core was shattered. Crystalline energy conduits were broken beyond repair. Even Varelian engineers would need weeks at a repair station. Talron spoke quietly. Can it be repaired? Marcus scratched his beard. Not the proper way. The crew's hope faded. Then Marcus smiled. But humans don't usually do things the proper way. He opened a massive tool case. Inside were strange objects, metal cables, magnetic clamps, portable welding torches. Talron watched in confusion. You intend to repair a quantum propulsion system with mechanical tools? Marcus shrugged. Engineering is engineering. Human ingenuity. For the next 6 hours, Marcus worked non-stop. He crawled inside engine chambers too small for Varelians. He manually rewired power lines. At one point, he literally kicked a broken panel until it restarted. The alien crew watched in disbelief. Commander, he is violating 17 safety protocols, one officer whispered. Talron nodded slowly. Yes, but it's working. Marcus eventually climbed out of the reactor chamber, covered in soot. All right, he said. Moment of truth. The bridge held its breath. Marcus flipped the ignition switch. For a moment, nothing. Then suddenly, boom the propulsion core roared to life. Blue energy surged through the conduits. Engines online. The entire ship trembled with power. The Varelian crew erupted in stunned silence. Talron turned to the human engineer. You repaired it. Marcus wiped his hands on a cloth. Temporary fix, he said casually. Should last, maybe 6 months. A new respect. Before leaving, Talron approached Marcus. Human Marcus Hale, the Varelian Union owes you our lives. Marcus laughed. Hey, no big deal. I just hate seeing ships stranded. Talron studied him carefully. So the rumors are true. Marcus raised an eyebrow. What rumors? Talron smiled slightly. That humans can fix the impossible. Marcus put his helmet back on. "Nah," he said, "we just try things other species are too afraid to attempt." Then the human stepped back into his small, battered ship. Moments later, it launched into the stars. The legend begins. Years later, among alien trade routes and deep space stations, a strange story spread across the galaxy. If your ship breaks, if no one answers your distress call, if the stars themselves seem to abandon you, send the signal anyway, because somewhere out there, a human engineer might be listening. And humans always answer the call. 3 months after the incident with the Varelian ship Zarathus, the story had spread across half the galaxy. At first, many species didn't believe it. A single human engineer repairing a destroyed propulsion core using primitive tools? Impossible, but the Varelian Union confirmed it. And the name began appearing across star charts and trade stations. Marcus Hale, human engineer, problem solver, a dangerous discovery. Commander Talron stood once again on the bridge of the Zarathus, now fully repaired at a Varelian station. Their mission had resumed, exploring an uncharted region of space known as the Silent Expanse. But something was wrong, very wrong. "Commander," the navigation officer said nervously, "we are detecting thousands of drifting vessels." Talron frowned. "Derelicts?" The main screen activated. Every crew member froze. Dozens, hundreds, no. Thousands of destroyed ships floated silently in the darkness. Ships from different civilizations, military cruisers, cargo freighters, exploration vessels, all abandoned, all dead. The hunter in the dark. Suddenly the sensors screamed, "Energy spike!" From the shadows of the derelict fleet, something massive began to move. It was enormous, a living structure made of dark metal and shifting machinery. A biomechanical creature the size of a small moon. The AI spoke in a calm but chilling voice. "Unknown entity detected. Estimated threat level. Extinction class." Talron whispered. "What is that thing?" The creature moved slowly through the wreckage. Every time it touched a ship, the vessel collapsed into dust. It was consuming technology, eating starships. "Commander," the officer shouted, "it's locking onto us." Running was impossible. Talron ordered the engines to maximum. The Zarathus jumped to warp. But the creature followed. It bent space around itself, warping faster than any known drive. The crew began to panic. "We can't outrun it." Talron clenched his fists. For the first time since the meteor storm, he felt truly helpless. Then the communications console beeped. An incoming signal. The voice was familiar. "Hey Commander, you sound like you could use some help." Talron's eyes widened. "Human Marcus?" The human's plan. Marcus's small salvage ship appeared beside them again. Still scratched, still ugly, still somehow functional. Talron spoke urgently. "Marcus, you must leave. This entity has destroyed thousands of ships." Marcus looked at the massive creature on his screen. "Whoa, that thing is ugly." Talron stared in disbelief. "Did you hear what I said?" Marcus grinned. "Yeah, big alien machine monster. Eats technology." He paused. "Good thing I brought something it can't digest. The craziest engineering idea ever." Marcus opened a cargo bay on his ship. Inside were dozens of ancient human nuclear reactors salvaged from old colonies. Talron blinked. "You intend to fight that creature with outdated power cores?" Marcus laughed. "Nope." Then he explained his plan. The creature consumed advanced technology. Quantum drives, plasma engines, alien energy systems. But primitive human reactors used chaotic radiation-based power. Unstable, dirty, wild. Marcus planned to overload all of them at once, turning them into the largest electromagnetic explosion in history. Talron whispered. "That would destroy everything within thousands of kilometers." Marcus shrugged. "Yep, which is why I'm gonna lure it away first." The human bait. Marcus accelerated his tiny ship directly toward the monster. The creature immediately chased him. Talron watched in horror. "That human is insane." Marcus opened a final channel. "Hey Commander." "Yes? Next time your engines break, call me again." Then he laughed and cut the transmission. The explosion. Moments later, Marcus triggered the reactors. A star-sized pulse of electromagnetic energy exploded across space. The biomechanical monster shrieked as its systems collapsed. The creature shattered. Its metallic body disintegrated into billions of fragments. Across the galaxy, the ancient predator was gone. destroyed by something no advanced species would ever build. Human junk technology. The legend grows. Weeks later, the Galactic Council released an official statement. The extinction class entity known as the Void Devourer has been eliminated. Responsible individual. Human engineer Marcus Hale. Talron watched the announcement quietly. Then he smiled. Because humans didn't win with perfect technology. They won with courage, madness, and duct tape level engineering. And somewhere out in the galaxy, Marcus Hale was already answering another distress signal.